Awesome. So we all know that you're going to A&M, or you've committed to go to A&M for college. What went into that decision, and what made A&M your top choice for college?
Well, A&M was one of the first schools to, give me a chance. They offered me like January of 2019, which was really early in my recruiting process. So I respected that they took a chance on me so early. And then I started to build a relationship with Coach Fisher and Coach Dickey. And, I love both of them with all my heart. And, I've visited A&M probably about 4 or 5 times now. And every single time I go, I just love it even more. So, I love the culture. The football games are ridiculous. I've never seen a fan base like that in my life. So, facilities are amazing. Where we get to stay is amazing. I love the campus. So I just love everything about it.
That's awesome. How have you talked to this? You say you talked to those coaches and they made you feel at
Mhm.
home. How have you talked
Yeah.
to them about fitting into the program when you get there?
Yeah. I've I, I've watched a lot of their games last year and then the year before, and I just feel like I would just fit into the offense really well, especially with Coach Fisher's you know knowledge about the quarterback position and sending people to the NFL. So they run a real pro style offense, but they also allow their quarterback to use their legs and be the athlete that he is. So I feel like that I would fit into the offense extremely well. So.
And for those who don't know you, I know A&M's not that far away, but not everyone gets to watch Texas or the North Texas high school football. What kind of
Right.
athlete and what kind of quarterback are you, and what can those College Station A&M fans expect from you?
Yeah, I would say that I'm definitely a pass first quarterback. I'm able to drop back and read coverages. If we have like a RPO set in your offense, I love doing RPOs, play action, anything like that. I'm definitely a pass first quarterback. But if you need like a read option type stuff, or if you just need me to catch the ball and run a quarterback sweep or something like that, or if the pocket collapses, I'm definitely a good enough athlete to where I can, make plays outside of the pocket and down the field with my legs. So,
And last season, Denton Geyer had a phenomenal year. It didn't end exactly how you guys were wanting it to, and you had an
mhm.
injury. Kind of how are you recovering from your PCL tear, and what's been the process of going into that and trying to prepare for next season?
Yeah, I it was definitely a sad moment for me in my life with my PCL or tearing my PCL in the state championship game. Really throughout the whole process, I'm just trusting God because I know God has a plan for me, and this is just a part of His plan for my life. So I'm trusting that He'll get me through this, and I'll be able to get back on the field. And as of right now, I'm doing really well in my rehab process. I'm pretty far ahead in the rehab process. Actually, I started walking about 2 weeks ago, and then now I'm just trying to get all my strength back in my leg and get my range back so I can start running and cutting and jumping and all that. I'm allowed to throw again, which is good. As far as like dropping and stuff like that and running, I'm not allowed to do that yet. But as far as like throwing just from base, I'm clear to do that. So I'm really far ahead in the rehab process. And, like I said, I'm just trusting God to, get me back to where I was before.
And there was some big news that came out of Denton Geyer this week as John Walsh is stepping down as the Denton Geyer head coach.
Mhm.
Talk about your relationship with Coach Walsh and how he's been a big part of the Denton Geyer culture for the last
Mhm.
14 seasons.
Yeah. I have been at Guyer well, it'll eventually be all 4 years right now, all 3 years of my high school career. And Coach Walsh has been there the entire time. So I love Coach Walsh, and there he's done. I mean, he's done so much for me, my family, and for the Wildcat program. So, and I mean, you can't say much bad about a coach that leads you to a state title. So, um, really, we probably could have won that, had a better chance at winning that state title if I didn't get hurt. So, really, it's in my book, it's pretty much a state title one. You know, with Coach Walsh leading us to it. So I love that man with all my heart, and I have no grudges against him. I know God has a plan for him, He has a plan for everybody. So, he's just moving on to what's better for him in his life and what God's plan is for him. So, I just love him with all my heart.
And I got a few more questions for you, and then I'll let you go. But what do you want to see from this Denton Guyer team as you're going into your senior year, and with the new districts that you guys have matched up? How do you see Denton Guyer competing in y'all's district?
Yeah, well, this year we're going to be real talented. It really obviously the main challenge would be having to adapt to a new head coach. We don't know who it's going to be yet. We don't know who on our coaching staff is going to leave yet. So, but if we have to adapt to a new offense or defense, that would be definitely the hardest thing for us. So we really just need to, once we find out who the new coach is, build a relationship with them. And if we have a whole new coaching staff, build a relationship with them and learn everything new and study and focus on our grind. I have no doubt that we're definitely talented enough to get back to the state title this year. God willing, if God's willing for that to happen, then it'll happen. But, like I said, we just got to keep working hard. And definitely I have to keep working hard to get back on that field as soon as possible. And, as a team, we're just going to, keep focusing on our grind. And hopefully, God willing, we'll get back to that state title. So.
And what do you want your legacy to be at Denton Guyer?
Yeah, Coach, our strength and conditioning coach, Coach Keith, always tells us that there are a few teams that everybody at Guyer has talked about, like when Gerard Hurd was there, when he won the back-to-back state titles, when Coach Walsh's son JW was there, they went to the state title I think twice, or if not twice, they went once into the semis once or something like that. And we just, for me and my team, we just want to be one of those teams where everybody remembers us. And that's why we definitely want to be able to go back to that state title and win it for the Guyer community. And so that we can just be one of those teams that everybody remembers. And for me personally, I definitely want people to remember me by my relationship with God. That's why I try to use the talents that I have in the game that God's given me talents to play. I just want to be able to spread His word and show God through my talents. So.